All right, guys. Today is February 22nd. Did my checking already. I finally did get under 270, so I'm at 269 flat. Waist is 43 inches. Body fat is 21.2. That's a total loss of 2.1 pounds. So this week is just focus on getting to the next target is 10 pounds. All right, guys, so I am about to do this proposal. And it's really just almost more like a scope of work and costing, because they are going to work with us. It's just a matter of outlining the project. And so what we did was we actually have the transcript from the meeting that I am going to turn into a Google Doc now. And then take that document along with the CAD document and framework and ask chat to break down a phased strategy development process over maybe 14 days. Because there's quite a bit, over 14 days in the first instance, and then in the framework, so that we can really start to demonstrating. So core, like break down a quick phased approach to core positioning, authority and trust, and strategy, and then demonstrating as a continuous thing. So that's what we got to do. The first set of content, evergreen content, needs to be shot within the next 2 weeks, with everything else being shot as we go. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are now. All right, so what I just did was I gave the chat prompt. And now it's going to run, give me the overview so I can see how. I think I'm in it came about Ethan. This is a serious opportunity. What you captured in that meeting isn't just a product launch, it's birth of the category leader in the Caribbean AI space. The raw material in that transcript is goal positioning, fair reversal, use cases, differentiation, internal alignment, SME targeting, ecosystem leverage, and proof. I'm going to build this exactly through your CAD corporate framework. And then we build. All right, guys, so I finished drafting the general proposal. And typically my proposal process is I would draft the outline and stuff in Google Docs first. And then from there, I would actually build it out in a Canva doc, right? Now, this is a very interesting proposal because it's literally what CAD was built for, right? So how do we establish and build trust at scale in a very short period of time? So the proposal itself is being structured over 3 years with a very structured breakdown. But year one, which is this year, there's going to be a lot of front loading of stuff, right? And so the idea is that really within the first, I think, 2 weeks, we have about $650,000 worth of work that's going to be done, which is essentially about half of the full amount due for the first year. So the contract itself, or at least the proposal itself, is going to be at $3 million for 3 years. Even though this isn't my first proposal at 7 figures, this is the first proposal at 7 figures in multiple years. And of course, this is the first proposal that's going to be presented under CAD. All right, guys, hope everybody's doing well. It is currently 4, but not quite 4 o'clock yet. It's like 3:50. Sorry, 3:53. And I am actually still very much so working on my proposal for that client that I have been working on already. This is a very big proposal. It's actually the biggest that I've done ever, like the largest proposal. We're coming in at just around $3 million for 3 years. And it's been split $1.2 million for year 1. And then $900,000 for year 2 and 3, equally. Now this is crazy because the biggest, larger proposal prior to this was $1.2 million for a year. But that was submitted back in August last year. And this one is already 3 times the size of that. Five months later. And I love the fact that this is based on CAD, right? So I'm able to break everything down as I need to. So it's really cool. That was delicious. I think I'm gonna make a run to the store. All right, I am at the store.
Right there.
So
I know you say 16 something.
this is I'm not, we don't need one. I think we're gonna get one being a trolley so I can put this is how I shot. Typically that's how I would shot. So while I know she's gonna take a while to get back to me, let me look for all right, let's See if I can find Celsius. Let's see if this store has it. Has it, damn. Hopefully. And if not, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Just have to stay tired. You'll see. We will see. Now we're gonna go home.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Yep.
All right.
Shima wasn't talking to you. So now I'm gonna head home, get some Celsius in my system. While that happens, I'm gonna finish organize. All right, guys, about to go get this workout in. I think I may even walk. I may go for a walk this evening. But before I do that, let me get this workout in. So we got goals, man. We got goals. We got targets you need to hit, you know. Came in at 269, but that was 269 flat. Got to make sure it's going down, so I got to do what it is I got to do, you know. Do what it is I got to do. All right, guys. Hope you are doing well. Today is still February 22nd. It's still Sunday, and I am doing something that I haven't done in a while. I am walking. Now, I did hit target this week, finally. Sub 269. Look at that cat. Freaky. Yeah, I'm sub 270, so I was 269 flat. And pretty much stayed on track with what I needed to stay on track with today. As far as my meals, I did have some chocolate and a couple of the Kel's wings. By a couple, I mean, I think I had 2. And so I don't think that would throw me off too much, but I said I would make sure not getting any surprises, because I really don't want to see 270 back on the scale ever again. And so I'm going to do what I can to ensure that that doesn't happen by going for a walk. In my head, I'm thinking I'm going to do at least the hour. I may do the extended, do the hour and a half. But I don't know, we'll see. I did 30 minutes already. I'll check the steps too. I think it was at like 4,000 steps. No, 8,500 steps. So I'll check the steps, see where I'm at when I get down by Scotiabank. And I'll take it from there. All right, guys, morning. Today is 23rd. Today is actually my deceased brother's birthday, February 23rd. Happy birthday, Tim. Love you, bro. So what I decided to do was hop here quick and get some content done. Schedule some content for a personal branding client. We did like $60,000 worth of content for this client, and we haven't been able to I mean, they have been delayed in getting the content out, and so to help them, this is something that I'm doing. All right, so I figured this would be a working breakfast for me. Here's my breakfast. Here's the work. Word of the day. Word of the day is, oh, I have it there. Results. Can somebody define result? Like, what does result? What is the textbook definition of result?
The final product of an action.
All right, final product of an action. All right, anybody else? End product?
Yeah, I'm thinking of one.
Yeah. What say you? Yeah. All right, so results are the measurable outcomes that prove progress towards a defined goal. And I think one of the biggest parts about that is measurable outcome, right? You all said outcome, but what is the measurable outcome? Because you can do something, and I mean, I guess that's still the result, right? But the measurable results are measurable outcomes that prove progress towards a goal, all right? It is not effort, it is not intention, it is not motion, it's proof. Results answer one question. Did I produce the outcome that I intended? That's it. So if you have a goal and that is the intended outcome, when it's talking about results, it's not asking you how hard you tried. It's not asking you what your intentions were. It's not asking you how actively you pursued it. It's asking you, did I produce the outcome? Did I hit the mark, right? And so when we talk about results in life, these are visible outcomes of our choices, habits, and standards. These are the evidence of who you've been and not who you say you want to be, right? Your health is a result. Your relationships are a result. Your peace of mind and mental state are a result. Your bank account is a result. Your confidence is a result. Results are life's scoreboard. Now, why results matter on the journey to success in life? Results reveal alignment. Life gives you exactly what your habits dictate. So if you aren't where you want to be, if you aren't having the result that you want in life, it isn't anybody's fault but your own. Because we all are here based on the decisions that we made in our lives. Your results show whether, if you say you value discipline, growth, faith, family, excellence, your results show whether that's true. Results reveal alignment between what you say, what you believe, and what you constantly do. And misalignment does show up. This is the old, what you do in the darkness will soon come to light. Isn't that in the Bible? No, isn't that in the Bible? Something like that? Because Lauren looking at me like, why are you asking me about the Bible? Results build self-trust. One of the most important things in life is confidence. Isn't confidence, it's actually self-trust. When you consistently produce positive results in your life, like keeping promises to yourself, finishing what you start, improving your health, strengthening relationships, you build internal credibility. You start believing yourself. As a person who trusts themselves and moves differently, results create momentum. Life changes when small wins stack. If you say you want to wake up early and you start doing that consistently, if you say you want to eat better and you start doing that consistently, if you say you want to have more deep connections and relationships and you start doing that consistently, those choices produce small results, and the small results build momentum. And momentum is what builds transformation. And I wanted to share that with you all because, really, I had an opportunity this weekend. I was like, I got to hit target. Everybody here, well, the team knows that I'm on my fitness journey trying to get back. And Saturday was rough, rough in that, you know, I was working all day, and I was tired. I was extremely tired. And I was like, nope. You know, one of the goals that I had was to make sure that Sunday is my check-in, that I was, you know, I hit my target weight. And I was like, but I was tired, but I said, you know, the only thing that matters to me right now is if I hit. And so this was stacking up all week, because even when we were out to the thing on Friday, I didn't drink. They had a bunch of little food there I didn't eat. I picked up food and then I gave it to the cat, because they was only giving you a little bit of food in any event. But I was like, I got a target, I got a hit. And I literally was getting ready for bed, and right before I went to bed, I hopped on the scale. And I know my body enough to know, like, if I weigh in at this weight tonight, I could estimate, you know, I'll be anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds lighter in the morning. And I did that quick maths, and the maths was a maths in. It's like, if I had gone to sleep, there's a chance that I was not going to hit target. And so I politely put back on my clothes. Keep in mind that now, this is now about 8:30, which is extremely late for me, Taylor. Like, I used to be in bed from like 7. But I was like literally ready for bed. And I turned off the shower, put my clothes back on, and then I walked for 2 hours. So I didn't get back home, I walked the strip. So I walked from home to Goodman's Bay and back. It took me about 2 hours. And when I got on the scale, same thing, I was like, all right, now I know for a fact that when I hop on the scale in the morning, I'll hit target. And so that led me to think about, like, results. Like, nothing matters, right? And if you can't hold yourself accountable to the things that you say you want, and doing the things that are necessary to get you to where you want to be, and you try to oftentimes we try to justify, oh, well, I've been doing this, or I've been doing this, and I've been doing so much. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the result. Did you get the result? And it's true for business and it's true for life. And so, you know, I'm happy to say that I did hit target and I'm on track. But, you know, you just have to make that, and you talked about commitment, but you just have to make that commitment to just getting it done. All right, so that was my word, results on your journey towards being successful.
About Anuncio, 26. Well, they're supposed to, you know.
So when we shooting the drone stuff?
All right, morning, guys. Today is February 24th. It is 4:16 a.m. And it's Tuesday. I'm getting ready to go and train. And honestly, I am not crazy excited. Actually very stressed. I would have sent off my proposal last night, less than 12 hours ago, like literally, I sent it off. And I sent it, and within minutes, I'm talking about, I pressed send, and I got an email back from the client, pretty much just saying, hey, the $3 million is way over our budget. We're not going to move forward. We probably just shelved the project. And I pretty much immediately went, I was like, no, let's hop on a call. Let's see if there's something that we can do. And I did call him. I messaged him. He did message me back. He just said, hey, bro, I'll buzz you a bit later. So the fear is that, you know, one, I mean, obviously I see the value in CAD. I know it is a high price point. I even messaged him before and I was like, hey, it's a high price point. But one, you know, this is an existing client. I do hope that it is in a situation where they feel that I was just trying to take advantage of them or the relationship. That's one. Two, you know, it's like, obviously, there's no way in my head that he really went through that proposal. I took all weekend putting it together, but that's really like I don't see that being the case. So I would like at least an opportunity to talk to him. The challenge is that he is also has a relationship with an existing client that we're currently working on that we actually got through him. And I just don't want it like the fear is that like I don't want it to be like, oh, Ethan trying to juice me, trying to juice us. So that is a fear. Coupled with the fact that right now I got like $13 on my bank account. I have a couple of invoices out now, but we got payday in like 3 days. Rent, all these expenses. And it is stressful. And yes, I do know that, I can figure it out because I always do, but like as you're going through it, doesn't make it any easier. So now I gotta wake up, go train, and just get to work. Today is Bahamas Island Luxury. So that's gonna be a full day. I got the last couple of hours I have to actually have on account to buy lunch for the crew today. And these are the stresses. This is entrepreneurship. All right, I'm gonna get my workout in, and plus my weight spiked 2 pounds. Okay, so one of the things, I just finished cardio, by the way. So one of the things that I am going to do, and this is when you go into problem solving mode, for lack of a better term, is I have to figure out how to bring this money forward. So I have some invoices out there. One is like a $30,000 invoice that honestly, if paid, I'm Gucci, right? And so now I have to figure out how to move this money forward. And I had the client, well, not even the client's representative, was like, all right, they want to know how to move it forward. So, like, what are the next steps? And so what I'm going to do now is send them a breakdown of the next steps. All right, so it's really in times like this, just in business and in life where ultimately you make a decision, right? The decision that you have to make is, are you just going to not make it happen? And yes, it sucks. Yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's all of these things. But at the end of the day, what is the alternative? What is the alternative? You gotta keep going, you gotta make it happen. And so, even though I don't know what, the question is now, how can I? How can I move this thing forward? How can I still accomplish what I need to accomplish? How can I clear about 100,000 over the next 3 days? That is the $100,000 question. And so just thinking about how can I do that is where I need to put my energies and efforts. All right, guys. Finally on the road today, this morning. I am headed to Paradise Island. We're filming for Bahamas Island Luxury today, and I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a pretty solid shoot, very comprehensive shoot, and there's a lot going on. So I want to focus that. We're actually shooting 2 segments. Well, we're shooting the residences, so I have my sit-down interview with the developer, as well as with the sales lead, who is actually my broker, Gavin. Then we have an amenities tour. And then we have an amenities tour. And then we have a couple of talking head stuff from my personal brand, a couple of photo shoots. So it's going to be a long day, a pretty comprehensive day of filming. And so I'm excited. I think it's going to be dope. I do have to still try and figure out my next steps with the client that I sent the $3 million proposal to. And understanding now that, well, you know, I brought it to my mastermind, right? I have a mastermind group. These are all, you know, 7-figure earners. You guys would have met them before. Awesome guys. So I sent it, you know, I put in that group. This is where I'm at. And I actually got some immediate responses. D'Amico is like, you know, kind of restructured, but you know, the advice that they gave me isn't anything that I didn't know or didn't approach. Some things did come up. I realized that in my fact finding, I didn't really properly qualify the client to see what their revenues were, right? Because like Jonathan said, you know, they're doing, you know, 5, 6, 7, 10 million a year. You know, me coming in at $1 million a year may not be the best thing, right? Like, because they don't have a revenue to accommodate that. And so qualifying the client as opposed to just essentially pulling the number based on the value I know that we could bring is something. So, you know, that was one thing that I realized that I need to do a better job of when I'm in front of the client doing the initial discovery, right? And so, excuse me, I can make my adjustments based on that. All right, so I made it over the bridge. I feel like I'm doing pretty good for time. It is currently 9:03. Call time is 9:30 for the crew. I think 10 o'clock for me. So I'm pretty much on time. And now it's just, I'm gonna stop and get some donuts and probably like a decaf coffee for me. All right, so there is a line, but fortunately I have a bit of time, so we'll see. But so how long have you been? Oh, this for my blog now. 3 months?
Oh, wow, for your blog.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been here 3 months.
All right. You like it?
I love it so far.
Where did you transition from?
I came from Bahamar,
Okay.
yeah,
In
which was also fun.
Yeah.
Learning and development department there.
Oh, sweet. But this is a change from learning and development, though. Sales and PR.
Well, here's the thing. I was always afraid to speak,
Okay.
so what I tried to do is put myself in positions where I'm forced to speak.
Ah.
So learning and development was one of those where I had to build up the confidence to speak. And yeah, so that's how I got
Look
there.
at you. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
That's one of my mottos, though, get uncomfortable.
Yes, get uncomfortable.
I literally have it tattooed on.
Get uncomfortable?
Yeah. My team knows that. Like, get uncomfortable and do the work. Those are two of my,
Can do
Two
it.
of my-
That's the thing. It
yeah.
can be done. I think that's my biggest challenge. I just don't like to know that I can't do something. So I'll always try it first.
I totally get it.
All right, so this is 1085.
Also, we are shooting in 1085. This is a 4-bedroom.
This would be 2 3-bedroom, 1
And then-
4-bedroom. This is the 3-bedroom
Okay.
here.
All right, 1085 is where we're at. Dope. All right, guys, so this is super exciting. We are shooting we are 1085. We're setting up, the team is already setting up. Zonda is here. We got Roberto here. We got Ivania here. We got Tyler pulling lead on this shoot. We're actually doing 2 shoots. We got Gabby here. And this is the view, guys. This is the view. All right, guys, we are almost ready to go. We got the man here himself, Corey. This for my blog. My team tell me I got to start vlogging, so I'm excited. This only been a couple of months in the making. We trying to get this squared away.
Trying to put this on the books for a while.
But you know, they say good things take time, so we can be doing some really good stuff. So I'm gonna put on my acting shoes, and Corey he's a killer in any event, so we ain't worrying about that. But it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. We got the full crew out, and we're just gonna be talking about this amazing development here at Ocean Club.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you're here. So the whole poker scene and everything was laid out right here in this area.
Okay.
So this is the Martini Bar.
Right. That iconic scene of him coming out of the water too, right?
Absolutely.
All right, guys, so we just finished, I guess, the first segment, which was the amenities tour. And it went pretty well. Toured the property, shared a little bit about the history. Oh, this lighting is butter. Look at this, it almost look like green screen.
It's a nice view back there.
Yeah, it is. And so now we're going to do the sit-down interview. There's Lauren. Lauren, give me my questions, please. All right, y'all. See, I hear now. We got to come in. I hear now with the man himself. Y'all, this is my broker. This is my boy, my mentor.
What's happening, guys?
Gavin G Money, Mr. Private Island. Gavin, you remember when we used to shoot them videos in the pandemic in your living room?
Listen, I never will ever forget that. As I tell people all the time, a big part of my journey is owed to you because you started that conversation in the middle of the pandemic.
Man, G.
So sad,
So done. So sad, so done. Thoughts become things. Y'all, we here on the set of Bahamas Island Luxury. We're here, one of the villas at the Four Seasons Ocean Club. And we're about to film an awesome episode, man. One thing I can say about Gavin, all these little crazy project ideas I have, Gavin has always rolled through, but
100%.
Gavin been by my house, we shoot by him, and now we here. I think it's safe to say we moving up here.
So I think we got a little bit of a better view than your house.
Yeah, definitely. But oh man, I'm excited. We're gonna be talking some stuff, Gavin. Tell people what we're talking about today.
Well, we're here, beautiful backdrop, here at one of the most iconic resorts in the world, the Four Seasons Ocean Club, and we're here today to talk about the residences that are coming. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a hot topic, it's gonna be an amazing project that's coming, and you wanna hear about this project. This is one of those, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you better ask somebody.
All right, y'all, we out here. All right, guys, so we just wrapped up a long day. We got some content, but it was truly a long day. I'm here with, I know who y'all is. I trying to see, I can't even call y'all extended team no more because y'all is work like y'all full time. So we are here with the dream team, the stars of the extended team. We got Ivania, we got Roberto,
the two who's answer the call every time we call. Don't worry, I can bring y'all on soon. I can have a conversation with HR. And then we can get y'all on full time. That sound good?
Yeah.
But we're done. It was an amazing shoot. Long. Oh,
We're about to get Renault boss too. Oh, so I was thinking better last night.
the caravan. I tell you. That's like, they said y'all walk your last. But it was a good shoot. Got a lot of content. It was a full day of filming. Hey, yes, sir. At the one and only Ocean Club Four Seasons Resort. I enjoyed myself. It was spectacular. All right, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. This morning is February 25th. It is currently 7:48 a.m. I do apologize that I wasn't on. I didn't update you guys as soon as I woke up. I was really tired after yesterday. It was a super long day. And I came home and me and Dekel actually had some time. You know, we talked, we shared, and then we went to bed early. I was just completely out of it. And then when I woke up this morning, feeling pretty rested, I realized that nothing was charged. My camera wasn't charged, my phone wasn't charged, my watch wasn't charged, nothing was charged. And so what I ended up doing is I couldn't update you guys. So let me let you know where we are at now, 7:48 a.m. Last night, before I went to bed, a client reached out. Not really a client, somebody that I did some work when I honestly first started doing. I'll share a bit more about that story. But essentially, they reached out and they were like, hey, I got your name from somebody that I'm trying to do some stuff with. They recommended you. Long and short is we negotiated a project last night. And so we went from initial, I guess, inbound inquiry to now they already signed the service agreement and they are going to handle the payment this morning so that I can let Creative know exactly what we need to do for that project. The next thing is that my client that I pitched that I submitted the $3 million proposal with, who was essentially ghosting me. He reached out late last night, like about 10 o'clock. Of course, I was already sleeping, but he reached out and he was like, hey, am I free at 8 tomorrow? And so I don't know if that was a call or a message, but in any event, I'll call him if I need to go into the office, to his office to meet him. I'll do that too. But the plan is that, you know, I want to be able to close a deal with him as well. So we're just trying to figure out how to make that happen in real time. So in business, right, like that was a call that I had with a client who, I mean, not even a client, a vendor. She normally sources our talent, and we had a situation where we had to reshoot something for a big client, but my client creative lead, you know, kind of pushed through to get this, and we were left with like almost a $5,000 bill that I didn't approve, I didn't know, and you know, but now I'm obligated to pay. And because this reshoot was a reshoot, we didn't charge the client for it simply because I said I was going to eat that cost, because I didn't think that I would have a hard talent cost of $5,000.
honestly. I know it's going to cost me something because we had to reshoot, so even the time, energy, effort, resources from the team. But now it's like, okay, well, so I have the talent agent who I have a working relationship with. She knows me, she knows the business. We've done work before in various capacities. I shot her first. She launched a TV show. I shot that for her. And so, that's who we use, but now she has talent that she has to pay, right? And so my thing is just trying to ensure that, she's covered, right? Because I get when you contract people. Now, with that being said, what I am doing to cover myself to make sure that this doesn't happen again, I am going to issue vendor agreements with vendors, so people that we use, third-party vendors that we use for lifestyles projects. And then in that, I'm gonna have that wording that, like payment is net 30, right? So if you give us an invoice, which is essentially what even our corporate clients do for us, they say, payment is net 30. So just because payment isn't immediate upon completion of work, so to speak, is more than net 30, and then anything before that is considered bonus. So I can't even start looking for payment from some of my clients until 30 days after I would have submitted the invoice. And so with that being said, it's like, okay, well, now we, this is kind of where we're at, right? But yeah, I got some funds in. I gotta make a couple of bank runs today. But it's one of those things where, you just gotta make it happen. Right, so so even if we have him activate that now, because then, so I want to put, like, if he's there and he has that connect, because he actually is a vendor there, he'll probably have an easier time in getting us, but that needs to be confirmed that if we can shoot at the cruise port, we need to have approval to shoot at the cruise port, and how we could best support you in that, so that you could, and that's really what it is, we'll be operating as an extension of you. And so you kind of give me that, and then we could kind of get into, based on what it is that you want to achieve, where we feel we could add the most value.
Got it, that?
Mm-hmm.
Do it. What's that?
So that.
Alright, go again. Okay, make sure to look up time.
All right, guys, I am here. Hey, look who it is. Hi. How you doing? I am here on my walk. Hi, how you doing? And about to get it in. I think this is maybe going to be an hour walk, maybe an hour and a half. And I am joined by...
Maybe that long?
That's how long does it take me?
I'm gonna choose be doing. Stopping and sitting and talking on the phone.
No. They know, because I used to be recording for most of the time.
Used to be what?
Recording for most of the time.
You have these dress socks on.
What's wrong with my sock? What's wrong with my sock?
They dress socks?
So, I was dressed for work. She laughing at my socks.
They can laugh too at that angle. I think my left foot's smaller than my right foot.
You think your left foot smaller than your right foot? Why you say that?
Because my sock keep falling off on my left foot.
Well, your right foot would be a dominant foot because you're right-handed.
What's that?
I don't know. Somebody screaming. Y'all need.
That's not logical. My right foot is big because I'm right-handed.
Your right foot is bigger than what?
So that's not logical that my right foot is bigger because I'm right-handed.
Yeah, so your right foot would be bigger because it's your dominant foot.
That does not make sense. My dominant foot for what, walking?
No, because you're right-handed, which means the right part of your body. Oh, but it's common knowledge that
Let me fix my sock.
all the time, well, this can be long. All the time, everybody body one side is bigger than the next.
Yo, you have one bigger ball than the next?
Yeah, I do have one bigger. That's why one is dropped lower than the next. All right, we are almost home. We came in under the hour. We had 54 minutes. We come in like about 2 minutes under the hour. All right, guys, so I am here at the SLS Bahamar. I'm actually in line at Starbucks, going to put in the order for our mastermind coffee. And so, you can see what this comes up to, but it's these guys have some very interesting tastes. So, we'll see.
Everybody.
I doing that now, by the way.
What?
That eBay.
So the tribe doc don't have that built in, or that's
No, so they generate the report,
and then you upload.
and then I upload the report to the
Same thing, okay.
yeah.
And
The bank does
The bank does the individual transfer.
I think if he could add that, that'd be that'd be a little time saver.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't mind that because then at least I could see.
Yeah, but that saved me at least an hour a week.
Yeah.
Because we do our payroll weekly. It's an hour plus a week doing that.
Yeah.
And that's just the sending, not even like the calculate. I never did like the calculator, but if you got to calculate and send.
Yeah, me too. I in the parking lot too.
All right then.
All right, bro. Later. I enjoy our chats.
We gotta get that.
All right, guys. So we made it to Cafe Amore.
So I learned the importance of networking and just staying in touch with persons who on similar paths, right? And so yeah, talk about the importance of that collaboration, bartering, and just relationships have been for you to build your brands and your businesses to where they are now.
I can give it back to you. But I do want to say that, one of the ways that, like, this is one of the greatest collaborations, right? So when you talked about, like, how we work together, it's really a collaborative effort. Like, I have a media company. Like, even just today, like, when I was in the studio, she's beat that studio bad, but we started out in our living room, right? And so as I grow and expand my business, I am in a position to add even more value to her. And this is collaborating. And whenever I post, I spoke like Bobby husband, my engagement is going through the roof. So, we kind of leverage that, right? But this is really what it's about as far as collaboration. And like, I just want to say, like, this is really one of the best collaborative efforts right here. So now you can answer.
I think that, well, for me, when I'm collaborating with another individual, a company, a brand, I leave like and said, how can I add value to this, this person, and that's what I lead with, but also is it going to be mutually beneficial, obviously? Is there something I can offer them? Is there something they can offer me? And it doesn't, like you said, have to always be monetary focused. It can be, this is just something that I'm passionate about, and vice versa. It can be something that feels good. It can be something that, provides more exposure. But I think that's the biggest thing. Am I able to actually add value to and make the impact that this person that, I'm thinking of collaborating with, or a company brand that I'm thinking of collaborating with, is in search of, and vice versa. Like, is what I have to offer actually going to have that actual impact? But I think we do underestimate how powerful collaboration can be. Like you said, sometimes it is going to spaces and maybe not getting exactly what you went there for, but walking away, having made a connection that you never know how a couple weeks, couple months, couple years down the line that could pan out. I've had the opportunity to kind of reconnect with people years down that just because I had a short interaction with maybe at a conference or at an event that, they saw me, they spoke, we connected, and they remembered that this is what I do fitness, and they referred me for, something. So I think that's the biggest thing. How can you add value and leading from that place that you said, wanting to add value and being open to it, like how does that person actually want to receive the value too?
All right, guys, so I am in studio. I know I didn't do anything this morning because I was really just trying to get up and get out and get things done, but I am in studio. Got a lot of work to do today. Got a lot of things to do over the weekend to make sure that we are fully operational as it relates to CAD. And so, that's what I'm going to do. As you guys would have seen, last night was awesome. I'm happy for that opportunity. And now it's just on to the next. I think my next speaking engagement is in about a week. And I'm looking forward to that too, because I'm actually on a panel with somebody that I've wanted to connect with for a while, but I haven't essentially been in the same room with her. And so the fact that we are on a panel, I'm definitely going to do my introduction there and see where we can do some stuff. But today is a full day of just outbound. So putting my list together, one of the things that came out of my mastermind yesterday was who are the list of the 50 top companies and the decision makers in those companies that I can reach out to pitch CAD. And so that's literally what I'm going to be doing, just making this list and just start like internet stalking these people. Even though we have been doing outbound, which has been pretty good, the strategy was just to get outbound. But if we identify the top players in the three main industries that we're looking at, banking and finance, healthcare, and insurance, who are the top players in there? What kind of conversations can we have with those people? Taking that approach on our outbound does provide us with a bit more of a framework to pitch. And so the first thing we're going to do is going to have Tev look at our client base and see what contacts do we have in those industries, because that is something that we started doing. We started mapping a while back industries like that, but just kind of going back to that with the new CAD framework and start really ramping up those conversations. And then the next thing is, okay, well, I have to set a daily target for how many meetings that I actually want to have, whether that's in person, virtual, how many CAD conversations do I want to have in a day. And I'm pushing for about at least 3 to 5. I want to have 3 to 5 CAD conversations a day, every day. And so I'll be meeting with Tev and Lauren, and we are going to kind of come up with this strategy as to how we can knock this out outbound. But that is what is on my agenda for today. Then the next question is, do we want to drop one every week, or are we going to drop it every other week? Or because like with the podcast, we drop a podcast every other week.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to figure out what would make sense logistically for you, because again, you're taking full ownership, so that's filming, vlogging, everything, confessionals, editing, and then it to post.
But then the thing is, I wouldn't put editing on her now because she don't know how to edit video.
So now taking that into consideration, somebody else has to edit that, right? But we need to put it in their workflow. So you see, now it should be easy if they capture the content and then we have these individual stuff, because then we could just pull from the actual BTS clips. It should be easy because you would have been capturing the content intentionally and in a bunch of random stuff. And so now, taking ownership doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do all the work, but taking ownership means that you're responsible for ensuring that what needs to get done gets done so that the episode could air. All right, so I want to see what you do. But like, you should be able to schedule this like now, based on the content that we have out there now. So let's get that first week up, and then with the existing content, and then we could incorporate the new content once we get it up. And then let's make VIL a collaborator on the Jeff stuff. And it doesn't have to be all. Yeah, just a couple of them. All right. All right, we good?
We're good. We just need someone's help to set up your professional.
Call your people.
Who's many people?
The social committee.
Call product 8, that's a production function. Call production. Whoever out there in production can help you out with that. And tell them what you want.
And you guys are participating in the confession already?
Yeah, once, as soon as you tell me we Gucci, I come in to do mine.
Okay, what's your favorite thing that happened this week / a takeaway?
My favorite thing this week was actually securing a project with Limeade Bahamas. Limeade is a popular Bahamian drink, and the fact that the owner reached out to me directly and asked that we assist them with this new project. All right, guys, we are on the move, me and my lovely wife. And we are walking. All right, so how was your panel today?
It was cool. I think they stuck primarily to the questions that they kind of gave us ahead of time. But there was one question that I feel like she gave to the fertility specialist that I know is for me. And so she didn't really answer it. It was like, or maybe it was for everyone, but she asked it to her specifically, and I was like, she didn't really answer that, but it was like, how do you or what is the risk of not prioritizing your wellness as a leader? And like, she went into this story of how like a personal infertility story or a birth loss story about how she lost a child during work. And she kind of framed it as which I mean, it still I guess made sense. Kind of framed it as like, oh, we need to create spaces as women in leadership to prioritize wellness in that sense of like protecting women that are facing those challenges, giving them a space to talk about them or navigate them. And I was like, I don't know if I would have answered that. I mean, I wouldn't have answered that through that lens. So, but it was cool. The pastor, her name, she's an apostle. I'm assuming apostle / pastor. She was actually, of course she speaks, right, a lot, so she spoke really well. But I like that she wasn't super, only one part she read a scripture. She shared a scripture, but it didn't feel super preachy in the way that she relayed a message. And a couple people that came up and was like, what I said resonated. So one of the questions was, what are some practices, realistic practices that women in leadership can, or women in general can do to improve their wellness? And I was like, good afternoon. I was like, I could sit there and tell you, work out 30 minutes a day, at least 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, drink X amount of water, do X, Y, Z, but I was like, what's realistic and what's sustainable for me may not be for you. So I was like, you have to find, it's your responsibility to find out what your routine for wellness is and what you could actually start with right now. And I was like, yeah, of course there's standard things where you should be moving your body intentionally with some sort of structure. You should be drinking water. You should be prioritizing protein, but it's gonna look different for everybody.
Yeah. All right, guys, I am done for the night. I came home, gonna go shower. I was gonna edit some of these photos that I took at the Cal, but I'm tired. I got a long day tomorrow, and so I'm gonna shower and go to my bed. Then wake up in the morning, train, and get a lot of work done. Morning, guys. Hope everybody's doing well today. It is February 28th, 2026. It is currently 4:35 a.m. And I'm yawning. But today is going to be a busy day. Yesterday, DeKel got word that her team member, Danielle, yesterday, DeKel's team member, Danielle, put in her resignation. And that sucks. It sucks because for different reasons, but as an entrepreneur, you know, these things happen, and it was just them two. But, you know, it happened to me. And it sucks, and I was totally surprised. The gal said she kind of wasn't surprised, but I was. But I mean, without getting into too much detail, because it ain't really me. Like, it isn't my story to tell. But they have a step class, an event today, and so I am going to help the cow with that event. I'm going to have a setup. We already have coverage, so Roberto is going to be on there, providing coverage, but you know, still need to get everything set up and stuff. So I'll be out there today helping her do that. And I think I may actually do the class. All right, guys, so we are all set up for the class this morning. There's Bowflex. Here it is. It's a nice, intimate, manageable size. It should be great fun. And I'm actually doing the class. So I decided that I was going to do the class because I want to really crush my target tomorrow, and so this will be an actual workout. I already did my cardio, I already worked out. This doesn't replace anything, this is completely an add-on. And so I'm excited. Oh, look at that. You got Roberto. Roberto just showed up. You say, Roberto? Roberto's going to be capturing all of the magic, as you may call it. Now we can be good to go. Good to go. All right, guys, we just wrapped, well, not just, but we already wrapped up, broken down. And that was a good wake up. I'm tired. My watch is still running, so I'm at 81 minutes in, 82 minutes. This is the most intensive wake out that I've ever had in my life. It's good. Roberto was there getting all the shots. Yeah, we Gucci. How you think it went?
It was good. I think everyone enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was spectacular.
Waiting for connection. Bluetooth is connected.
All right, guys. It is 8:10 p.m. It's just Saturday, February 28th. And I am about to go and work out. I didn't get my second session in today because after I came from the staff class with DeKel, I tried to do some work, but my brain wasn't having it. And so I actually went to sleep, took a nap, and I ended up sleeping for about 3 hours. So I got back up like a little after, like around maybe 6:37, and I ate dinner, and I was sitting at my desk for a while, and so now I'm getting ready to train. So the plan is that I am going to train. I'm going to do my cardio, 30 minutes. I'll train. And then, what is that? I'll train. And then I'm going to still do my hour walk. DeKel is out, so I ain't nothing else to do. But that, so that's the plan. So I'm still going to train now. Cardio, train, and then do my walk. All right, guys, so it is currently 10:14 p.m., Saturday, February 28th. And I am on the streets getting my walk in. I actually started working out, and then I went to my desk and kind of got distracted, started doing some work. I was talking to Lauren, which surprisingly she was up, but I was talking to her about just some overall strategy for my content. And so yeah, I did my workout late, but I did it, pushed through, and now keeping the commitment to myself that I am going to get my workout in today. No, I'm actually not tired. Like I said, I slept for about 3 hours, and then I actually had a cup of coffee. So I do imagine that once I get done, I may even still be up, and that way I can get some work done. But I feel good. I started to kind of do some stuff with the website. Not really though, but the plan is that tomorrow I'm going to make that primary thing that I focus on. And primary thing that I focus on to get it done. I also got to look over the playbooks for tabs. I'll probably wake up, do that first. And then I also got to shoot the video for Rotaract. So I got to make sure I do that too. So yeah, I got quite a bit of stuff to do. I may just borrow DeKel's camera to shoot that video, so I don't have to go to the office for my day off that much. All right, guys, I am pretty much at the halfway mark. Wasn't so painful. 30 minutes done. I am at the Scotiabank Cable Beach branch. Now, headed back home. All right, guys, I am back home, safe and sound, brave the streets. I'll carry you guys along my check-in tomorrow. I honestly don't know what it is. Probably have a better idea as to where I'm at when I lay down. Oh, now I'm gonna go shower. But like when I do that this evening, hop on the scale, kind of see where I'm at. It's 266 this morning. But like if I could be like 265 now, that'd be dope. But I am planning on sleeping until I wake up. Even though I slept for 3 hours today, I'm gonna try and sleep until. That's what you had on?
You saw what I had.
Yeah, but I mean that's what you had on underwears. Oh, my wife my wife is really laughing at me. I is a jester. I is a jester. She really is just. I'm here for her.
I drive you white and so heavy. That's what I. What you asked me?
That's what you had on under your clothes.
You said underway.
Anyway, peace. Tomorrow's March 1st. It's the 3rd installment of the quarter. I'll see y'all then.